Can we decide what time we're doing tomorrow before we start?
Rabbi,
We did not. What are the
it's
choices?
a different view. Where are you?
I thought we said after the
Same view as I
tinus.
was yesterday.
I thought we said after the tinus.
We
I
said
didn't know.
Sully is
Florida.
hiding from you. That's where he is.
I'm in
He's in
Florida.
a hidden bunker where you can't find him.
Okay.
That's right. What are the options? What time is I'm davening mincha tomorrow?
I'm doing 5:15.
5:35. No, 5:15, I think.
I got mincha at 12:30.
No, 5:15. I'm sorry, 5:15.
I didn't know you were a Hasidic shtibel.
Now you know.
And 1 second. And McGill, what time is my?
6:05 by me.
6:15 by me.
So we can't do it before midnight. We can't. You want to do it after Megillah? I can't imagine anybody wants to do that.
After Megillah, what?
I'm just throwing it out there so nobody.
It's like a
I mean,
foreign
what time-
language.
What time is the item going to be?
I don't
finished?
know, Aaron, you make it
Work.
sound like you're going out to party after me.
Exactly. Like, what are you
No,
doing after?
well,
What are
I
you
know,
doing? What are you doing
But
at 8
excuse
o'clock?
me, no, but I have not much doing tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. I have not much going on.
Do
So
you ever?
sometimes I do.
I say, how is that different than any other day?
Sometimes I do.
And the Hapaku.
But the
So
happened was I brought my Gemara Shabbos up from the basement. I have to go downstairs now and get the pack. So
So what's the deal? Are we all like hiding my Yaakov in the basement so that nobody?
Huh?
What are we doing on Purim with you?
Well, first we're
Whatever
doing
you
Erev Purim, and then we deal with the Purim.
Correct.
Day by day.
So if mincha's 5:15, so we should really do like 4:30. Is that doable for anybody?
What
And at 4 o'clock.
I mean, tomorrow isn't Yaakov. Tomorrow's a working day. It's not like a half a day yeshiva type.
I know. So it's good. So tell me what the story is.
After
Yeah, but most-
Megillah.
but
4:30 is
most
good
people-
for
but
me.
most people are leaving work.
I'm saying
Most
my
people-
work day goes till 12
One second.
a.m. So
It's either 4:30 or at 8 or
Most
something.
people, wow. Most people are leaving work early, so they don't get stuck in traffic. They have to be back here for Mincha. Then
Most people are not going.
Most people
to
are
the
home already
office.
by 4:30.
Most people are working from home.
Why don't we do like 8 o'clock? I don't understand. We're so busy.
what? After Megillah?
Yeah,
Right after Megillah.
not right after. You got to eat a little bit.
You
There's
could eat
some
in
amount of
Zoom.
cycle.
You're doing it right
People-
now.
People are partying officially.
No one's partying, nothing. No one's going anywhere. Everyone's going to be
What
sitting.
was-
I mean,
around.
how many people on this Daf are that the 16 people that gonna log on are partying?
Right.
Not me.
This is our party.
None
Not
of them.
me. I guarantee you.
We'll drink together over Zoom. How's that?
There we go. I'll open a nice bottle of wine. We'll drink it all together.
How come Lando hasn't
Sounds
opened
good.
his mouth? Either he's not paying
I'm trying to feel out.
attention or he's just waiting
Yossi,
to
I
complain
need
for whatever it is
a
that we
wine.
decide.
Yossi.
He
trying to-
Landau
I'm
wants
trying-
it not before 9. We never allowed to do before 9.
No,
Actually,
9:45.
Shmuel
9:45.
Shmuel David,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Toy.
no, on Wednesdays, I review Chuvas on Agunis with Moshe Sternbach. That's what I do to Wednesdays. But that's what I
8 o'clock
normally
at
do on
night?
Wednesdays.
At 4:30 in the afternoon?
Well, him, it's
Depends how
late.
complicated the shilas are. That depends how long the shilas take. That's all.
How do you come up with that scenario of everything in the world? That's what you're busy with on Wednesdays. Hey, yeah. Okay, the
Can't make
Moshe
it up.
Shar award goes to.
Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. What is.
It's a
I
tough
I
one.
know
Yaakov, you doing anything
count
tomorrow
vote
night? Or
doesn't
you're
count,
also
but I say
you're
earlier.
okay with 8 o'clock?
Who?
8
Me?
o'clock.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy for me. 8 o'clock. I can tell you that
8
much.
o'clock
This
is
So
house
do
is
early.
exactly what
4:30.
you
So
said, it's
4:30 is
serene.
better for you
So,
than do
yeah, so-
4:30.
On Purim
I-
by night, this is
I
not
say
exactly what we call a
4:30.
serene atmosphere.
So let's do it 4 or 4:30. And if people can't make it, they'll figure out how to Zoom.
I think
from
4:30.
their car.
Let's do 4:30.
4:30.
How's
I
that?
vote 4:30. 4:40.
4:40.
4:37.
4:40 makes it a little easier.
No, same as
No.
4:30.
No,
Just-
Same as 4:30. Aaron Kaplan, the hardy working guy, you gonna be home from work then or not?
I'll be home, yeah.
Okay, so Simon,
What do you want me to say?
Yes or no?
Simon's home anyway.
If I could, no, I'm not. I also.
You'll just
Simon,
push
at,
over a
Simon, at
different
8
cow
o'clock, you're
later.
gonna be in the middle of Megillah lane.
Yeah, Megillah starts at 7:30 by me.
Okay,
The
so
4:30
Let's
is
do
better
4,
for you.
4:30.
Sheesh, you got a long fast. You got a long fast over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
You look at him, he already looks undernourished.
Oh, a fat joke. A fat joke from the oldest guy in the share. Very nice.
And Simon, I'm also pretty fast. I'm also
I kind of like not getting Horowitz's wrath. It's a good feeling.
Okay, so we're doing 4:30.
You can't see you down there now, Kelly.
Jacob, are we doing anything on perm or no?
Pros.
Jacob's frozen now. I can schmack a smile. Look at that.
Take a picture.
What the heck is going on
I think I
here?
just lost everybody.
No, we hear you.
And no question gets repeated. What are we doing from?
Oh, this is going well.
Tonight. What time are we doing it tonight?
I think T.Y. needs some Wi-Fi help.
Oh, look at that meat.
Liner, go quickly.
All right, I don't know what just happened.
Jacob, what about
We're in the
Friday?
middle of a commercial break, Jacob. We're in the middle of a commercial.
Sorry.
That's a nice kitchen. That's a nice kitchen.
Yeah,
Sorry
nice
about that.
kitchen like that. What about Paul?
Okay, so what was the maskana while I was gone? 4:40, 4:35, 4:35. That's what we hear.
Say
What about
4:35.
You'll start
4:35.
4:35
Naftali
is
Landau,
well.
I'm making you a deal. Naftali Landau, if you want to
Yeah.
come here and do the daf at 10 p.m. tomorrow night, I will learn the daf with you one on
Oh
one.
my gosh.
There you go. Let's put the money where his mouth is.
That's a tough one. That's a, I don't know. Can I bring a bottle of wine?
Bring whatever you want.
1 second. Naftali Ben Hapachu, you should be dressed tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
I'll make it happen. No, I'll try to come on Friday.
What about Jacob? What about Friday? Let's make up a time already now for Friday.
Oh, Friday. I don't know. Friday, whatever the Oilam wants. When is the Oilam doing the
Do
Suda?
it at your house.
12 o'clock.
Who's making your suit at 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock is the Sudi. You're supposed to touch my
You
suit.
do everything you're supposed to do?
Drink.
First of all, I do try, but I'm eating at somebody else's house and they're doing it at 12.
Wow.
They're washing at 12.
I'm saying, so we should either do it in the morning or we should do it at the regular time before Shabbos.
I say before Shabbos.
You're welcome to come here for that one too, Naftali. Is that what we're doing before Aaron Kaplan? What do you say? Before Shabbos?
Oh, no one's around in the morning.
Fine by me. I think that's better because people are going to hop
I mean,
around Shalosh Manos because
I'm already busy from 5 to 6.
Who plans on being sober then?
No one, but that's it. So it won't really
No one's
happen.
gonna be in my house, plans on it.
So it won't really happen.
Okay, so then the only other option is the morning, or we
Rabbi
can just
Schwartz
skip
has a
it.
big problem with running the Suda to Shabbos.
Yeah.
Who said anything about a Suda? We just said we're going to be drunk.
Okay.
Landau, you listen to everything Rabbi Forrest says.
No, I don't. That's why I said Yaakov doesn't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it could be a very educational experience, but whatever. Unless we just skip Purim, but I think it would be a chaval. But we can do a little more tomorrow night and then a little more to Shabbos.
How about half a Amid in the morning,
Make something work
Tiago?
on Purim.
Tiago, half a Amid in the morning, and half a Amid before Shabbos.
What happened? You're not going to be
Oh,
drunk
yeah,
for half an
yeah,
Amid, but for a
yeah.
whole Amid, you go for a plat, you're going to be drunk, and an Amid, you're not going to be drunk.
No, but you get in the morning. It's early enough. Hopefully, some people aren't drunk.
I think to pin everybody down twice is a little bit much, I think.
And
Yes.
the ones who are drunk aren't going to know what they're up to.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think
Whatever
anybody's
the
gonna be
Oilam
around
wants.
in the morning. I think we do it once time before Shabbos. That's my thing.
I think
What
you
time
keep
is-
a regular Friday schedule if you ask me.
What time is Shabbos?
Probably candlelighting around 5:20 something.
Caroline, about 5, yeah, about 5:20. All right, so we'll do around also 4:40. Both days 4:40. You make it simple. Yeah, 4:40 both days.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay. Sober or not sober? It ain't such an easy daf on Purim anyway, so it might be better to do it not.
This
sober.
way, it's easy to remember in case we're drunk. 4:40.
Correct. Okay, 4:40. There you go. Okay, ready? Zok the
Was it
Mishnah.
5:50?
What's the in case? I don't understand the in case. Byron, you're not upset about this? What does that mean? In case we're drunk. In a case of wine.
I see what Chaver I'm dealing with. I don't understand you guys, that nobody's making a mecha. It's not for me to make a mecha anymore.
I was waiting for you to make them up. I was like,
No,
oh, he's
no,
not making them up.
no.
I was waiting for Byron. Byron's gonna say the morning's not good and the afternoon's not good. Megillah, he starts drinking.
Right, well, that's what.
Isn't that the
Yeah,
You
halacha?
know, that's it. Brett starts
Isn't
drinking.
that the
No,
halacha?
Naftali, to be honest with you, I normally go around collecting from after the first minyan in Shayashiv till about 11 o'clock. I go straight. I keep on driving to every shul in the neighborhood as much as I could. And I collect a lot of money, but I'm not doing it this year. So I have nothing to do.
But Rav Aaron, I want to tell you something, Rav Aaron. All the people, all the yeshivas are making phone calls and the Gevirim are giving.
Yeah, but it's not, I don't do that.
I'm just saying, I'm saying if you want to make money.
Thank you, but no,
Yeah.
my
All right.
collecting is
Jacob,
hands on.
there's so many phone
He
calls.
only wants singles.
His hands on.
He only
in
wants
person.
singles.
That's it.
He
Yeah.
needs singles, only singles.
So Yaakov, there's so many phone calls. Shmuel told me that these people can't even make an outgoing phone call. Every time they're about to hit a call, another one comes in.
I know. Shalom was telling me. Shalom was telling me it's totally out of control. Totally out of control. Yeah. Okay.
I know my phone's been ringing off the hook, and every time I say I don't need insurance.
I don't hear
I
it.
don't need car insurance.
For some reason, ain't nobody calling me. I
Even
don't
for
know.
your extended warranty? Even for extended warranty?
Okay. Anyways,
Yaakov, I saw
Tadi
even Chaim Berlin canceled Masiba.
Did they really? Officially,
Yeah.
or are they going to do it behind locked doors?
No, officially they canceled it.
Shayashiv
Wow.
also.
What about Shayashiv?
No, Shayashiv's having tomorrow night.
No,
aren't they?
Shayashiv's having for the boys, but not the real people.
Yeah.
But it could also be because of Friday, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So Zok the Mishnah. Yeah. Okay, we're doing a refuah shalema. Yeah, Peretz.
Yeah. Where you starting from?
The Mishnah, right on the Tzad Hamid Aleph. For shalema for Shmuli, one of the Bnei Chabura. I think we have to do Shmuel ben Devar. We got to do something. I don't know. I have some ideas maybe for the island to do, but yeah.
I spoke to him a while ago. He's still there.
He's starting treatment tomorrow. Yeah. All right. We should have full shalem of Pesach Shachal Yisrael.
Amen.
Okay. So Zok the Mishnah. Yeah. Ma bein Pesach rishon l'sheni. What's the difference between Pesach rishon and sheni? Rishon al Yirov al Yamat. Rishon is also al Yirov. Sheni and Pesach sheni chametz u'matzah imay bebayis. On Pesach sheni you have chametz and matzah together, right? Because you don't have to clean for Pesach sheni, right? Harishon Toin Hallel b'achilasei. You need to say Hallel, right? Like we do Hallel by the Seder. Hasheni ain't Toin Hallel b'achilasei. Sheni Pesach sheni doesn't need Hallel. Zeh v'zeh Toin Hallel b'asiyasim. But both of them, when they need to sing Hallel, like we learned, I don't know how many blot ago, we learned that when they were being makriv the korban, so then they the korban Pesach they sang Hallel. V'necholin sli al matzah roasted with and Mara, but Doichen is Shabbos, and both of them are Doichen Shabbos, right? Like this year, Erev Pesach Shechal Shabbos. So even if Pesach Sheni falls out on Shabbos, then it's also so Tanur Rabbanon. The Chok, this is now the Gemara goes through now for the rest of the Amud, how we know that there are differences between Pesach rishon and Pesach Sheni. So Tanur Rabbanon, K'chol Chukas HaPesach Yasu Osai. You have to do the Pesach Sheni the same way you do all the Pesach Rishon. Because the question is, okay, if that's the case, so then everything should be exactly the same. The mitzvah should be gufay hakasa b'daber. So the passuk is saying that it's a mitzvah shebegufay. Only what's actually involves the korban Pesach is what has to be exactly the Pesach rishon and Pesach sheni have to be exactly the same. Other than that, not. Right? Mitzvah shal gufay minayin. So where do you know that even if it's a mitzvah that's on the guf, meaning not there's big gufay, which means the korban Pesach itself, how it's shechted, how it's eaten, that's big gufay. Al gufay is one step removed from that. Right? Like matzah and mora, eating matzah and mora, that's not involved, that's not physically part of the korban Pesach, but that's what you eat it with. So it says on matzah and morim yachlu. So if that's the case, mitzvah shaloi al gufay, so then maybe even the mitzvah shaloi al gufay. Right? It says no, you should not break any of the bones. Ma shviras et ha'etzem meyuchad mitzvah sheva gufay, just like shviras etzem is meyuchad on the guf of the Pesach. I've called mitzvah sheva gufay, so too all the mitzvahs sheva gufay, but nothing more than that. So mitzvah sheva gufay and al gufay are involved, but not anything else like Hallel, etc., etc. That's the first pshat. Second pshat is easy when Yehuda Yasu Oisai, you should do it. The mitzvah shebegufay hakos madaber. The passuk is talking about the mitzvahs of gufay, right? Meaning he's being chaylek on the Tanakama. The Tanakama says you need to have 3 different sources, and Isi ben Yehuda says you don't need 3 different sources. Just Yasu Oisai, and you do it like it's you do it like the Pesach rishon, and it's only what's negeya to the actual Pesach, and that's it. So and the Gemara says, Amar Mar yochel af mitzvah shaloi al gufay. So Mar said, right, what we said before, the master said it means right, there's nobody named Mar. Right, so yochel af mitzvahs, I mean there's a name, but that's not what we're talking about here. Amar Mar, so yochel af mitzvah shaloi al gufay. You would think that even mitzvahs that are not on the guf. So the Gemara asks, Amar be mitzvah sheba gufay hakosim adavar. Didn't you say that we're talking about dafka mitzvah sheba gufay, not mitzvah sheba al gufay? So no, this is what it means to say. Hashda da amr al matzah samarim yachlu. Now that the pasuk says on matzah samarim yachlu, alma yasu oisay lav dafka. So then yasu oisay is lav dafka because matzah samarim has nothing to do with the actual korban Pesach. Meaning you have conflicting diyukim in the psukim. If it says yasu oisay, you do it like it and that's it. So then and it's mitzvah sheba gufa. So then why are you saying it should be a matzah samarim? That's not part of the guf. So the Gemara says, it's similar to when the passuk says something, a prat means that the passuk says something specific, and then afterwards it says a rule, right? V'nasa klal moisef ala prat, and the rule is that the klal comes to add something onto the prat. Fafilu kol mili nami. So then you would say, okay, then it's everything. So then kamash malan, that it tells you no, that it's only things that are negeya to the actual Pesach, and what gets eaten together with the Pesach. Everything else is not included, right? Like Hallel, chometz, those things. Okay, so those are the two malachos. So Isi ben Yehuda, hi etzem my avidlei. Okay, so what does Isi ben Yehuda do with the word etzem? Right? Because the other mandamer needed etzem to tell you to limit it, and Isi ben Yehuda doesn't need that. So like we had before, there's 2 types of bones. There's a bone that has marrow in it. There's a bone that doesn't have marrow in it, right? So therefore they're both asur, right? Yeah, fine. So Rabbanon, hi Yasu Oisai my Abdullah, and the Rabbanon, what do they do with the pasuk of Yasu Oisai? So they need to tell you, Oisai means that you don't shech the korban Pesach. Also, we had this last week. You don't shech the korban Pesach for one person. The kama de efshaladure majminon. You try and get as many people as you can. What do you say?
Isn't that from the word yasu rather than Oisai? Yasu means they should do it.
Yeah.
Learning from
Yasu Oisai, right?
They should do it.
So what's the problem?
Isi ben Yehuda is learning from the word Oisai. The Rabbanos are using the word Yasu. It's not quite the same thing.
You mean they're darshaning 2 different things from?
Yeah.
Okay, but like I get that, but that pasuk, I guess the 2 words together, they have to find something to learn out from. No.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay. So the common Shalad. What? Yeah. Okay. So the common Shalad Dure Madrinon. As much as we can go after people to get at least more than one person for the korban, then we're going to try and do that. But if you can't, you can't. But you have to try and do it. Okay. Then the Gemara continues with these limudim. Like all the laws of the first Pesach rishon, you should do it. So you would think that if that's the case, it's done everything. This is a similar limit, by the way. It's not. It doesn't seem like there's much extra going on over here. I mean, obviously there must be, but it's not. It's a similar limit. So you would think, okay, so if you're doing exactly like Pesach rishon, so if that's the case, Pesach rishon you can't have chametz. So Pesach sheni you should also. So kach sheni also b'yirah. So sheni should also be also b'yirah. Hamalaymer al matzah u'marim yechlu. You should eat it on matzah and maror, right? Meaning only things that are similar to matzah and maror, not anything else. Mainly mitzvahs asay, mitzvahs loisas eminai. So maybe that only tells you that it has to mitzvahs asays have to be the same. How about mitzvahs loisas asay? Hamalaymer. Don't leave over anything until the morning. Right? So that tells you that also lavin. So but we know that when you leave over the korban Pesach, there's an easy fix. Right? What's the easy fix? That you burn it. Mitzvahs loisa say gomer minayin. How do you know legitimate mitzvahs loisa say that does not have a mitzvah say that's a fix? That you shouldn't break any bones. Prat mefurish mitzvah say v'loisa say shenitik say v'loisa say gomer. Right? The prat tells you a mitzvah say and a loisa say and a loisa say shenitik say. Right? That's nicer. And loisa say gomer. Afkol mitzvah say v'loisa say shenitik say v'loisa say gomer. Right? So that's how we're learning it out. So now the Gemara says,
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Could you have on Pesach you can't?
Your internet is still lousy. So since this morning. What are you saying?
You have chametz. Could you have chametz on Pesach sheni? You can't.
Yes.
I don't know. It says tam lo'ema matzis morim yachil ein le ela matzis.
Right.
That means only matzah, not chametz.
The word is mitzvah, not matzahs.
What?
What? Which word? Which word are you talking about?
Oh, it's ainly ela mitzvahs? No, it's matzahs. Am I reading it wrong?
Which mitzvahs? There's a few of them.
Talmud lo'ema al matzahs
Oh, that one. Yes.
Ainly matzahs. So ainly it teaches only matzahs, no chametz.
Well, say.
I don't hear you.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Now I'm freezing up. You there, Naftali?
Yes, I'm here.
What? So what are you saying?
It says ainly ella matzahs, so that should be right. Only matzahs, not chametz.
Ainly
ella matzahs.
Which one?
The first one, right away in the beginning of the whole thing.
Tamalei ral matzah marim yechlu.
Yeah, ainly ella matzahs. So how do you have chametz? It says
no, but ainly ella. No, that's mitzvahs. Ainly ella mitzvahs asay.
It's only mitzvahs? Okay.
Mitzvahs asay. That only tells you.
So I'm reading it wrong. Okay.
No, but. Right.
So okay. Okay.
No, but I think what's bothering you is still a kasha, even if you misread it. Even if you misread it.
You learn out from matzahs and marim yachlu, and then you can have chametz.
Yes, you have. Yes, that's what comes out. Pesach sheni. You eat it with matzah and maror, but you don't have. Yes, you could have cake. You can have your cake and eat it too, literally.
Okay.
On Pesach sheni, that's exactly what you could do. Yeah.
Just going back to a more general question. this lav shenitakla say thing, I just don't understand. You get this one guy wants to eat the whole korban. We said he can do that. And most people cannot eat a whole, korban one night. So he leaves some over, then he burns it. It just seems like a peculiar. I mean, it's like say you kill somebody and then you do which we already learned in the Gemara with somebody else. But it just seems like a peculiar situation. Like, how can you have such a thing? Anyway, I'm sorry. I still don't understand it.
That what?
What don't you understand?
You have a lav, which means you're not supposed to do it. But then you have an assay that kind of negates the lav. It just seems like, let's say you want to do all the mitzvahs in the Torah, so you would do this lav to get the mitzvah. It just seems peculiar.
No, but it's saying, well, it's being mamayit, the lav, and we're just trying to figure out how much do we have to compare Pesach Sheni to Pesach Rishon. Right? This is a good old drasha. So we're trying to figure out, is it the entire, one pasuk's mashma, it's the entire thing. Everything about Pesach Rishon is Pesach Sheni. But then we have other psukim that tell you matzahs and marayim and they're not. So then that we're trying to juggle, right? We have 3 psukim. We're trying to juggle which ones are which. Well, let's see how, because the Gemara continues. Maybe we get a little clearer, hopefully. Right? So we say to the klal, the matzahs and marayim, my kamarabi. What are we learning out from the rule? Right, that says matzahs u'marayim. What are we adding? Sli esh. Right, we're adding that it should be roasted. And what are we excluding from matzahs u'marayim? Hashpasa sa'ar, that you have to get rid of your sa'ar. Right, so meaning by saying matzahs u'marayim, we're saying that you're supposed to eat the korban Pesach Sheni on matzah with matzah mara, right? Now, what's matzah mara? It says eat it with matzah mara to exclude what? Chametz, right? So the Gemara says, why don't you switch it? Maybe say that. Well, I don't know exactly how it works, right? Let him include the mitzvah of sa'ar and exclude. I'm sorry, I said matzah mara. The passuk matzahs marayim is coming to include that you have to burn the korban. You have to roast the korban Pesach. And it's coming to exclude that you don't have to get rid of your chametz. So Gemara is saying, who says it's, meaning it's open season now. We're darshaning psukim whichever way we want. Obviously not us. The chachamim are darshaning whichever way we want. So we're saying that matzah is coming to include roasted and to exclude chametz. Maybe it's coming to include chametz and exclude roasted. Right? So Gemara says, why don't I switch it? So we say mitzvah de gufei adif, and that's the same theme throughout this whole daf. That the mitzvah of the guf in the korban has more of a priority to be included. And what's a mitzvah sheba guf? That it should be roasted. Right? The Pesach Rishon is roasted, so the Pesach Sheni is also roasted. Right? I just want to try and make it clear here. Again, we have these psukim of Pesach Sheni that compare it to Pesach Rishon and don't compare it. So we're trying to figure out which things you need to do like Pesach Rishon and which ones you don't. So Gemara is saying that matzahs marayim tells you that you should also, it's including one thing and excluding one thing. So we're saying it includes roasting and excludes that chametz, that you're allowed to have. So what I asked, why not say it the other way? Why not say it the other way? So the Gemara says, no, the mitzvah of the guf is better. We want to include mitzvah sheba gufei. Fine. So then the next klal is the klal the yeah, go ahead.
You're allowed to roast the Pesach sheni with the bread stuffing.
What?
Not hearing you.
Can you have a korban Pesach with a bread stuffing?
If it's roasted properly, yeah. No, what's the problem?
I'm saying you can have the korban Pesach with bread.
I would think you could eat it with bread. I don't know if it's.
I think that's what I think. Well, that's what
he was asking. It could be that it takes
something
away
about bread
tom.
stuffing.
Could be it takes away the tom of the matzah and mortar and the Pesach. No, but can you have it right after? That's for sure. You could have a good dessert. That's the bottom line. A real afikoim.
He's from England. He wants to have a stuffing. He wants to have a bread stuffing. He's from London.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So b'klalel d'lo yashiru mimenu ad boker my komarbele. What are we including from lo yashiru mimenu? Right. So lo saitzi mimenu. You don't take out from it. What do you call it? There's a whole parenthesis here. The dominate the high missile, but nice if I love high. Okay, we don't have to be good at that, right? that don't take any of it out, right? Meaning, wherever you're eating the Pesach sheni, you're not allowed to put it anyplace else. That's what the rule. That's what lo yashir mimeno is coming to include. But what's it coming to exclude? Lo yirav, lo yimatzah. That you're not the lav of not seeing and not finding chametz. It's coming to exclude that, meaning that it's not negayah, right? And you're allowed to have chametz. The Gemara says to switch it. Who says which one? Again, that we're figuring out what the Torah is saying. Right? Not we as we, the Tanoim, Amoraim. So why does it say you should include one and exclude the others? Just switch it. Right? That's the classic yeshiva bacher question. Whatever you tell them, say Efshe Fakert. Right? That's exactly what the Gemara is saying here.
That sounds like the other Gemaras we had, Tzviakov.
Which ones?
Okay, it's Eipach, no.
Oh, Eipach, the teretz. That's like the teretz, Eipach. You're right. You're right, Peretz. Right, so Eipach.
You're getting up to it. You got Nunahapachu. You're getting close.
Taka, Vinahapachu. Oh, I meant to say something that was very negaya to Purim from yesterday's daf that I chapped today. Remind me, please, of that. Okay, Eipach Hanas, and the Gemara says, Mitzvah Dukuvei Adif. No, anything that has to do with the actual korban is more important, so we're going to include that. So not bringing the korban Pesach from one place to another place is a priority. Fine. What do we learn out from the rule? Don't break a bone. Now we're on Tumah Beis. My kamarba. What are we including from that? No, don't eat it partially cooked, partially roasted. What are we excluding with the prat? Right? Don't the isser of not shechting the isser of shechting your korban when you have chametz, that we're excluding. So we're saying it's not negayah. Let's switch it. Mitzvah de gufei if the mitzvah of a body is more important. All right, so therefore we're going to tell you that it comes to include it's the isser of not eating it half roasted. Fine. Okay. Not next. Harishon ton halal b'achilase. So we said that the Pesach rishon needs halal when you're eating it. Pesach sheni does not. Minanimili. This is talking about the passuk in Yeshaya that's talking about Be'ezes Hashem when we're going to have the Geula. So we're going to sing like the night of a Yom Tif. So you see from that pasuk, Laila hamukdash l'chag ton halal. A Laila that's considered a Yom Tif, that's when you have halal at night. Laila she'ein mukdash l'chag ain't ton halal. But a night that's not mukdash l'chag, it doesn't eat halal. So Pesach sheni is not a Yom Tif. So therefore, there's no halal at night. Contrary to all those that don't say tachnon on Pesach sheni, it's not a Yom Tif, right?
This is the halal that we say during the Seder or at Ma'ariv?
Yes, this is the halal we say about this. Oh, Ma'ariv, that's already a controversial halal.
That's what I'm saying. Right? This is the one we say at the Seder.
No, it's the halal by the Seder, by the Afikoyman. Yeah. Right, so then we say zev tun and halal basiyasim, but they both Pesach sheni and Pesach rishon both need halal when you're shechting it. My timer, right? What's the reason? Iba is saying Malayla kamemai, Yom lo kamemai. The pasuk.
Yaakov, excuse me. I mean, I couldn't let it go, boy. You're gonna say tachton as when you're eating a korban Pesach in 2 hours. Come on.
I don't know. I hear. And a chanami. Maybe people that are being in the korban Pesach don't have to say tachnon.
Isn't it the best time to say tachnon? Right before you bring your korban to the Beis Hamikdash?
I know, but it's not a kapara that korban.
Right.
No, but you need the kapara before you go.
Yeah.
Let me get
I
there.
hear. Right. My son davened in Sulitz the last 2 days, Shachris. He says, what, every time there's a yard set, they don't say tachnon? I said, no. You learn the first Mishna Megillah. Megillah Nikas, Yud Aleph, Yud Beis, Yud Gimel. There's no tachnon, no shines. I said, Taka no tal. I'm going to daven there tomorrow. Whatever. Anyways, so the Gemara is saying, so how come halal when you're doing? How come there is halal when you're being makriv the korbanos? My time, even saying Laila kamemai, Yom lo kamemai. The pasuk that we just said that tells you not to sing. We don't sing halal on Yom Tif at night. When it's not a Yom Tif at night, it only says at night, but it doesn't say anything about the day. So during the day you could. Is it possible that klal Yisrael shechting the Pesach? Rabban is exactly what he's telling with tachton. You added tachton to this line. Yeah. Is it possible that klal Yisrael shechting the korban Pesach? and they're taking the lulav, that does not mean that they're taking the lulavs on Pesach Sheni. It's just added in. That's the quote, right? Meaning on Yom Tov, is it possible you have Yom Tov, you're doing mitzvahs ve'ein omrim Hallel, and we don't say Hallel, right? So avada, yeah. That just reminded me, Tak. I saw a psak. If somebody doesn't have Megillah lane, I got to look this up. It just popped in my head. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying?
Rav Hutner has a piece on that. Kriyosei zu ilosei. The Meiri, he brings in Meiri, says to say Hallel if you don't have a Megillah. He's the only one of the Rishonim.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if it was a Meiri that I was thinking of. No, because it's Nageya Shtickle this year, because people with Corona and in what.
Oh, very good.
If they're hearing the Megillah on the phone, they should maybe say Hallel. I have to look it up, because right, it's a Yom Tif. The only reason why we don't say Hallel, why don't we say Hallel on Purim? Because the Megillah is Hallel, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you don't have Megillah, so you should say Hallel. I forgot where I saw this. So I have to look it up. Okay.
I'm saying anyone does that?
It's Lamed Gimel in the Pachad Yitzchak.
Lamed Gimel?
Pachad Yitzchak on Purim, it's Lamed Gimel.
Okay, Shkoyach, thank you.
I'm saying
does
anybody
do
that?
I never heard of anybody doing it.
No, he
but
says
it
it's
really
only if it's a Meiri. It's only, then we don't pass like the Meiri, but he brings it's a Meiri says it to do.
Yeah, but that's if he's saying that there's no Megillah.
No, I hear what you're saying. What you're saying is a good spara.
Yeah, I know it's not me. I saw it somewhere. I mean, that was yeah. Okay, let's see. Right, and it gets eaten roasted, right?
But okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it gets eaten roasted. So Gemara says Shabbos in, and then it says that they're both Doicha Shabbos, right? So Shabbos in Tumah loy, Pesach Sheni is only Doicha Shabbos. What happens if everybody's Tumah, right? So we know that if everybody's Tumah, the Doicha Pesach Rishon. What about Pesach Sheni? So Masnisin the like Rabbi Yehuda, and then our Mishna is mashma. Tumah is not Doicha Pesach Sheni. So our Mishna is not like Rabbi Yehuda. The Tanya Doicha is a Shabbos, the ain't Doicha is a Tumah. The Tanakama says Pesach Sheni is Doicha Shabbos. If it falls on a Shabbos, you shecht it on Shabbos, but it's not Doicha Tumah. Rabbi Yehuda Aimer af Doicha is a Tumah. Rabbi Yehuda says no, Pesach Sheni is also Doicha Tumah. My time in Tanakama, why did Tanakama hold that it's not Doicha Tumah? When they Tumah Dechisa. Your only reason why you're bringing Pesach Sheni is because you were Tumah in Pesach Rishon. Yasser v'yasser b'tumah. So the whole point of Pesach Sheni was to bring it not when you're Tumah. So you're going to go bring it to Tumah. Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Yehuda says, no, the Torah is trying to get you to do b'tahara. Loi zacha, Yisrael, but loi zacha, yasser b'tumah. But if you weren't zaycha to do it because you were Tumah again on Pesach Sheni, so then do it b'tumah. Meaning it's an interesting machlokes. First time it says you're doing Pesach Sheni not to bring it b'tumah. Okay, so but the Pesach Sheni, if you shouldn't bring it, even if it's b'tumah. And Rabbi Yehuda says no. We try to get you to bring Pesach Sheni. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Fine.
What does the Tanakama hold? What does the Tanakama hold? What does the Tanakama hold about someone who didn't bring Pesach Rishon because he was b'derech b'choyke? And now by Pesach Sheni, he's Tommy.
I don't know. I hear that. It's a good question.
Yaakov, we had the Shaila last night or 2 nights ago, where Anita, what happens if she has her vest on Pesach, she's gonna have it Pesach Sheni too. So what does she do? So this answers that.
No,
question.
she's not, because it's only 21 days then.
Well, it depends where she gets it. Depends when on her cycle she gets it.
Anyway,
back then it was.
It's still.
Right,
4
so what are you
weeks.
saying, Simon?
It's still 4 weeks away, and let's just go off of the English calendar for a second, even though I know we don't. But theoretically, if someone is, if someone is a nida on Pesach Rishon, then theoretically they would be a nida on Pesach Sheni as well. I mean, most likely they would at least be within that 2 weeks where
definitely a risk factor over there. That's
right.
For sure,
So,
right?
but this would answer that question then, no?
I hear. Well, this machlokes. It would be that machlokes. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Okay, so Tana Rabbanon, Pesach Rishon
No,
Doich.
it wouldn't apply to this.
Why not?
This is only by Roy Tumah. That's by a single person who's telling me.
I'm not so sure if this is only by Roiv. I learned this by both.
Oh.
Do you think it's only by Roiv?
I don't know.
I thought by both, but could be I'm wrong. All right, so let's see. Tana Rabbanon, Pesach Rishon Doiches Shabbos. Pesach Rishon Doiches Shabbos. Pesach Sheni Doiches Shabbos. Right? I'm sorry. Pesach Rishon Doiches Shabbos. Pesach Sheni Doiches Shabbos. Pesach Rishon Doiches Tumah. Pesach Sheni Doiches Tumah. Right? Pesach Rishon Ton Lina. Pesach Sheni Ton Lina. Right? So this is like Rabbi Yehuda, right? So Pesach Rishon is Doiches Shabbos. Pesach Sheni is Doiches Shabbos. Pesach Rishon is Doiches Tumah. Pesach Sheni is Doiches Tumah. Pesach Rishon, you need to stay over in yerushalyim that night. Pesach Sheni Ton Lina. You also, but it's all equal. It's all the same. Doiches Tumah. So who's it like? Come on, Rabbi Yehuda. Who's the one that holds that Pesach Sheni is Doiches Tumah? It's like Rabbi Yehuda. Well, Rabbi Yehuda Ton Lina. Does Rabbi Yehuda hold that it needs lina? I mean, it seems like it's all one shita, right? And if it's Rabbi Yehuda, does Rabbi Yehuda require you to stay over Pesach Sheni in yerushalyim? Vatani Rabbi Yehuda Aimer. The Pesach Sheni she'ein ton lina. How do you know the Pesach Sheni doesn't need to stay over? Shenemar fanisa b'bayker v'alachta le'alecha. You go in the morning and you go to your tents, right? Uksiv sheishes yomim toichel matzahs. You eat matzahs for 6 days. Ha'nechel l'shisha ton lina. Only when you have to eat matzah for 6 days, that's when you need to stay over for the Pesach by Pesach Rishon. She'enechel l'shisha, which is Pesach Sheni, is not eaten for 6 days. Ein ton lina, doesn't need lina. So you see, it's a steer in Rabbi Yehuda because one brisa seems to say Rabbi Yehuda holds that the Pesach Sheni requires you to sleep over in yerushalyim, and the other one says not. So the Gemara answers straight Tanai, but leave it to Rabbi Yehuda. It's two Tanaim going according to Rabbi Yehuda, right? So there's a two Machlokes exactly what he holds, right? Fine. Talk to Mishna. A Pesach Shabbat Tumah. So if you have Pesach, that korban Pesach comes Tumah, lo yochlu mimenu zavin zavais nidas v'yodas. Right. So we know that when Pesach comes in Tumah, everybody brings up a Tumah. But what about if you're Tumah from things that come out of your body, like a zav, a zava, nida, yoledas, meaning Tumas mace? We had this before. Tumas mace is the Tumas that's coming from outside of you. This is Tumah from inside your body. So those cannot, they do not piggyback along on the rest with the Tumah mace. Vim achlu, but if they did eat it, even though they're Tumah, they're pattur mikaris, which we'll see in the Gemara why. Rabbi eliezer pattur albias mikdash. Not only that, Rabbi eliezer is makel that they can even come into the Beis Hamikdash. Now they can't come in, but if they did come in, then he says that they're pattur. Right? Fine. So Zok the Gemara. Tana Rabbanon Zavim and Zavas Nidas v'Yoldas she'achlu b'Pesach sheba b'Tumah yachal yuchayavin. You would think that they're chayav because they're the wrong type of tumah, meaning only Tumas mace can eat the korban Pesach, not these type of tumas. Tama loymar kol tar yochal basar. It says any tar person should eat the basar, and then it says v'nefesh asher toichal basar mizevach Hashem asher Hashem v'tumas elav v'nichrusa. And then it says somebody who's going to eat the korban Pesach is going to get karas. Only if the people that are bringing the korban Pesach are tahar, that's when somebody who's tamei eats it gets karas. But if the people that are eating the korban Pesach are not tahar themselves, then other tamei people are not going to be chayiv.
Sure,
so that's what the
would
Tanakh
say.
Says. Yeah.
Would he let COVID people into a Purim Mesiba, Rabbi?
I don't know. I hear. It's a different type of tumah. All right. You could think that if Zavin pushed into and went into the Azar Pesach above tumah with Pesach above tumah, yachal you chayavin, you would think that they're going to be chayiv. They send them out from the machar. When Tmei Mesim have to leave, which is when only a minority of klal Yisrael is Tamei, then really they have to leave. So Zavan Mitzrayim Mishtachin, then Zavan Mitzrayim also gets sent out. Ain't Tmei Mesim Mishtachin, But if Tamei Mesim are not Mishtachin, because Roiv of Klal Yisrael is Tamei, Ein Zavan and Mitzrayim Mishtachin, so Zavan and Mitzrayim don't get sent out either. Fine. Okay, so that's the pshat, and that's the pshat why, even though they're a different type of tumah, it's not a problem. Okay, so by Rav Yosef, Daku Tamei Mesim v'nichnusu laheichal b'Pesach above a tumah mao. If the Tamei Mesim go into the heichal on Pesach, what's the story? Right? Now the heichal is the room, is the outer, how do you call it? The outer, what do you call it? Sanctuary, the outer room. Meaning the olam is in the Beis Hamikdash, but there's no roof. Right?
Why are they pushing their way in?
They figured that Tamei, right? And everybody that's Tamei, normally Tameim are not allowed in the Makam HaMikdash, but since Gans Klal Yisrael or Roiv of Klal Yisrael is Tamei, so they're allowed into the Beis Hamikdash, but only into the Chatzar, which has no roof, right? Can they go into any of the buildings, right? So let's say they push themselves into the Heichel. So the Gemara said, this is the Gemara continues what the sides of the question are. I mean, the Ishtri Tumos Azara. So this that we allow the Tumos Azara, right, which is the yard. Ishtri Nami Tumos Heichel. Are we also being mated the Tumah of the Heichel? By Duma, the Ishtri, whatever they allowed, which is the Azara. My delay Ishtri, but was not allowed. Meaning, the Azara, you can shech the korban Pesach in the Azara. That's what you're supposed to do. There's no reason for anybody Tomei to go into the Heichel. They could just stay in the yard, right, in the courtyard. They don't have to go into the Heichel. It's fine. So that's the Shaila. So Amarava, Amarkrava, Yishalchu min ha-machane, afilu miktzas machane. They get sent out from the machane, even from part of it. Right?
Aaron, what kind of kahanim you have there? They're letting people walk all over the Heichel. What's going on?
Yeah, what happened to the Khanim's reason is what you're asking, right?
The Kahanim with the bats.
Right. So whatever the Gemara is saying that they're not allowed, right? Even they can be miktzas machana. Sometimes they can be thrown out from miktzas machana. Meaning they're allowed into the Azara, but not more than that. Ikadam, the other way around. Amar Rava, Amar Krab, Yishalchem in a machana, Michutz lamachana to Shalchem. Send them out Michutz lamachana. Whenever you read and you say that everybody has to go that's when we say you have to go out, right? But if you don't have to send them out of the Beis Hamikdash because we're allowing all the Tmeim, then they don't have to go out of the Heichel either, right? So there's two different pshatim, whether they are allowed in the Heichel, whether they're not allowed into the Heichel. Yeah, fine. So by Rav Yosef, another shaila. Yeah, so if the Tamei Mason pushed themselves in, and they ate the emurin, right? Now, normally emurin you burn the emurin on the mizbeach, but these guys, the Tamei Mason, really not supposed to be eating anyways, right? But they have a dispensation that they're allowed to. But what happens if they eat the emurin? Right, so on to the next stuff. Mahu. What's the din? Mida ishtri tumos basar. So once we're allowing the tumos basar to be eaten, ishtri nami tumos emurin, so we're also going to allow the emurin, which are obviously normally not allowed because they get to be burned on the mizbeach. Iduma mida ishtri mida lo ishtri. What we allow, what we don't allow. Similar question. So Amarava michti tumos emurin mehecha israbi. Where do we know tumos emurin from? Mitumas basar, from tumas basar. Dichsiv Asher Lashem. So it's that meaning it's Hashem. The Rabbah says emurin, that it comes to include emurin. Wherever the basar is tamei, so there's also the emurin are tamei, meaning the fats that are going on the mizbeach. But where there's no tumas basar, lesser tumas emurin, so there's no tumas emurin. Right? So therefore, according to this, it's not an issue. It's not an issue because it's only negay when you're usher to eat the regular korban that's tamei. What do you say?
I'm saying this is wild. Like this is Lahavdol, all the Avdollas. That sounds like January 6th in the Capitol building. They're just they're just wild. They're just walking all over the Mikdash.
Agreed. Well, what is this? They're just pushing their way in and doing whatever they want.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
I guess. Listen, it was a very crowded situation over there.
Well, it's because it's coming to my way of thinking. Nobody, it didn't work. Doesn't work.
I hear. Okay, so let's see. So boy Rav Zera. What are you saying? Frozen again. Okay.
Like,
Boy,
where's
Reb
Waldo?
Zera-
Everyone in the Azar.
What? The Azor is the okay. Boy, sorry. Boy, Reb Zera. Emure Pesach Mitzrayim. Where did they bring the Emurin in Mitzrayim? This actually a Geshmaka riddle. If the Olam could remember this for the Seder to discuss with people. Where does the Emur? Where were they makar the Emurim? There's a Geshmaka teretz here. Amalei Abai Oman Leimalon Deloi Shavisky Avod. Who says they didn't just burn it? There was no Torah then, right? Right? Maybe they just ate it. So they right. That's.
But they got
just-
they got a lot of mitzvahs and they gave a cup in Pesach, right? That's
true, but there was no mizbeach.
Did they have to
right?
burn the Emurim back then?
That's exactly what the Gemara is saying. That's what Abai is saying. Who says? Who says you have to burn it back then? There was no mizbeach. Who said you have to burn it? Right? You ate everything. But that's one teretz, right? This is interesting teretz. Gimel mizbechas hayusham. There were 3 mizbechas there. Ala mashkoif bal shtei mezuzas on the doorway. That was the mizbeach.
He's Mamash Rebbe. Rabbi Yosef is Mamash Rebbe.
I guess, right? Meaning because what do? You sprinkle the blood on the mizbeach. That's one of the things you do. So they put the blood onto the doorposts, right? Right? And there was obviously there's no other place to, you can't burn the emurin on the doorposts, right? Right? So therefore it wasn't a korban. So that's all. So then you could have eaten it, right? So it comes out that was where the mizbeach. So the riddle is, so where was the mizbeach to put the blood? According to the pashut, the reading of the Gemara, it was the doorways. When they put the blood on the doorways, that was instead of right, like Rashi says, for the dam there was, but for the emurin there wasn't. So therefore they didn't have any mizbeach for the emurin. So therefore they roasted the emurin. They were able to eat it. Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll stop here. Fine. Okay. Oh, I wanted to tell you the thing with yesterday's Gemara. So one of the right, we discussed yesterday how many mil, right? Zev Bald not on. Okay, I'll have to save it for him. But right, yesterday we discussed how many mil is right. So one of the ways to daven when you're drunk is to travel 3 mil. When you travel 3 mil, the halacha is that clears your brain and you're able to daven even when you're drunk, right? So that we could tie in the Gemara from yesterday with the 3 mil. It's only 3 mil. It's not 4 mil. And then the Gemara Shaila is not the Gemara, but the Shaila halachos. Does it mean 3 mil walking, or can you do it in a car? Right?
Car doesn't do anything.
would
It's the same thing as sitting doing nothing.
Brother Peretz Kanara walking better than driving Kanara.
Yes, I would say that it would have to be walking, but it's clear in the Pesachim whether it means walking or just something about moving 3 mil. But whatever, that's also a mil. It's also a mil measurement.
Oh, right? What was the connection with Purim?
When you're drunk, one of the ways the Shulchan Aruch brings, one of the ways to get the alcohol off if you want to daven is to walk 3 mil. If you walk 3 mil, that clears out the alcohol a little bit.
If you make it 3 mil.
If you can make it, correct.
That's for sure.
Dina de Malchusa, you're not allowed to drive if you drank. Therefore,
no,
must be
driven. To be driven.
Now already is, you know what I mean?
It's more than Dina de Malchusa, parents. It's Bikuach Nefesh.
Is that where they get the saying, walk it off?
It could be. Taka.
Hello, we had this already.
Very good. Very good enough, Tolly. That should be your Purim Vart.
There you go.
There you go.
Take a walk.
Didn't we have this already?
Now what?
This Vart about davening and walking. I think we had it in Brachas. And I think somebody else said the line. Naftali may have said the line back then too.
Hey, don't take away what I got. Don't take away what I got.
You may have said it last time too. Somebody else said the line. I'm almost positive it came up.
Go to the tapes.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's a Gemara in Brachas.
And I'm pretty sure Naftali may have had that line also.
Traveling on a camel.
If you get me the camel, right? I'll look it up.
I have to. Okay, I believe that. I'll try to find.
Just wait 7 years. You'll find out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want to go back to see who made the comment about walking it off.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Glad you had
All
that
right.
free time.
Okay, 4:40 tomorrow, right?
Tiago, can I ask you a random question?
Go ahead.
Do you know if any of Rav Harfinus' farm are still in print or everything's out of print?
It depends. He doesn't have money to print them, so when he gets donations to print them, he prints them.
Okay,
Does
good.
he
So,
like
they
have
come
stuff
today?
in his house that he would sell?
If he has, a lot of times he just doesn't have. But all his stuff is on Hebrew books, I think.
No, I know, but I want to get someone a set of the chuvas as a
Which
gift.
ones? They're all chuvas.
I am saying whatever. I want to get a bunch of his farm. I know someone would appreciate it. I need to give someone a gift, so I wanted to get him this farm, not send them a link to Hebrew books. That's the.
What are you talking about? But which set of svarim? The Shabbos?
Yeah, like the Shabbos or the Chinuch ones.
I'm trying to think of this stuff. The Hilchos Shabbos has been out of print for a while.
Well, I know. What about the
a lot of
Chinuch?
money? It's 7 volumes. It's 7 volumes.
I know. Chinuch was around for a while though, no? His ones on Chinuch or the Zmanim.
Well, those are always going to sell less than.
Hey, Ty, what kind of treatment is Shmuel getting?